Have you ever wondered how the actions of one person can shape the destiny of an entire nation? Today we delve into the narrative of Jacob and his family's arrival in Egypt. Amidst their journey they were introduced to the mighty Pharaoh, a meeting that would etch their names into the annals of time. It was more than a mere introduction, it was the forging of a new chapter, a fresh start in a foreign land. The decision was made for them to settle in the region of Goshen, a choice that bore significant implications. And the mastermind behind this strategic move? None other than Joseph, a man of wisdom and foresight. Joseph, recognizing the suitability of Goshen for their livestock, steered his family towards this fertile region. His actions not only ensured their survival, but also their prosperity. With this, a family of shepherds found a new home in the fertile lands of Goshen. So begins the tale, a family of shepherds settling in the fertile lands of Goshen. Now, imagine a famine so severe that money loses its value. What would you do? As the famine in Egypt worsened, the situation became dire. Crops failed, food reserves dwindled, and the people were desperate. But amidst this crisis, one man stood as a beacon of hope: Joseph. Appointed by the Pharaoh himself as the administrator, Joseph was tasked with managing the disaster. Joseph had a strategy. Initially, he sold grain for money. The people came in droves, grateful for the sustenance, and for a while the system worked. But as the famine persisted, the money started to lose its value. The currency that once held power was now just paper and metal. But Joseph, ever the tactician, adapted. He proposed a new form of trade, grain for livestock. The people, desperate and hungry, agreed. Horses, sheep, goats, all were traded for the precious grain. And so the Pharaoh's stables grew, his wealth expanding beyond gold and silver. Yet the famine was relentless, and when the livestock was exhausted, Joseph offered another trade: land and servitude for grain. The people had nothing left to give but themselves and the ground beneath their feet, and so they traded their freedom for survival. In this desperate time, Joseph's shrewd management turned the Pharaoh into the sole property owner in Egypt and the people into his servants. What promises would you make to a dying loved one? Imagine the scene. Jacob, the patriarch of his lineage, is on his deathbed. He calls upon his son Joseph, the one who rose to power in Egypt, a foreign land. The air is thick with emotion as Jacob makes a profound request. He pleads with Joseph, asking him to promise that he will not be buried in Egypt, but rather with his ancestors. This isn't a mere whim of an old man, but a deep-seated longing, a fervent desire to remain connected to his roots, his lineage, his homeland, even after his death. This oath isn't just about a burial site, it's about honoring tradition, upholding faith, and preserving identity. Jacob's request is a testament to his unwavering faith. Despite being in Egypt, a land rich with treasures and comforts, he doesn't forget his roots. He doesn't let the allure of the foreign land cloud his connection to his homeland. His request to Joseph is a testament to his strong sense of identity and the importance he places on his heritage. This oath sets a powerful precedent. It's a symbol of Jacob's fidelity to his lineage, his determination to keep his heritage alive, and a poignant reminder of his deep-seated connection to his homeland. This act of Jacob, this oath, sets the stage for a future exodus, a return to the homeland. In the face of death, Jacob clings to his roots, setting the stage for a future exodus. So what can we glean from this ancient narrative? Genesis chapter 47 presents a fascinating tapestry of events and lessons. First, we see the strategic settlement of Joseph's family in the fertile region of Goshen. This choice not only ensured their survival, but also set the stage for their future growth and prosperity. As we progress through the chapter, we witness the severity of the famine that engulfs Egypt and the surrounding regions. The desperation of the people leads them to surrender their land and even themselves to Pharaoh under the stewardship of Joseph. This event underscores the power dynamics in societies during times of crisis and the role of leadership in navigating such challenges. Finally, we are touched by the poignant request of Jacob. As he nears the end of his life, he expresses his longing to be buried in his homeland, reaffirming his deep connection and loyalty to his roots. Genesis 47, a tale of survival, strategy, and loyalty to one's roots, leaves us with much to ponder upon.